Scented ASMR. Hello everyone, welcome to Scented ASMR. Today I want to talk about some gourmand fragrances that I think are going to be really nice for the fall weather. Where I live, it's finally starting to cool off, and I'm really looking forward to wearing some gourmand fragrances. So I'm going to share these ones that I think will be good. This first one that I want to start with here, this is called Chocolate Queen, and it's by Navitus. So here's the bottle. It's like a deep chocolate color. And it comes with a card. And it says Chocolate Queen. And it says Gabby loves perfumes. So this was in collaboration with the YouTube fragrance reviewer, Gabby Loves Perfumes. She's probably my favorite YouTube fragrance reviewer. She's really, really good. And so I was excited when I heard that she was collaborating with Navitus to create a fragrance. But I have to say, I was a little disappointed when she announced it was going to be a chocolate fragrance. Only because I struggle a little bit with chocolate. At least chocolate and perfumes. I like to eat chocolate. But I was very pleasantly surprised. And this is actually probably I think this is my favorite chocolate fragrance. And so the card has the notes on the back. And it says that the top notes are dark chocolate, hazelnut, and dulce de leche accord. The heart notes are chocolate fudge accord, caramel, bitter almond, and Irish cream. The base notes are vanilla absolute, praline, amberwood, and sandalwood. And it says that it was done by master perfumer Bertrand Dachafor. And so this is, as the notes suggest, this is a very decadent chocolate fragrance. The chocolate in here is very deep and dark and rich. But you definitely get more than just the chocolate. I get a lot of the sandalwood, and I think there's some booziness in here that's from the Irish cream note. There's also some nuttiness that comes from the hazelnut and the bitter almond. I definitely pick those up. And I pick up something spicy like chili pepper. I have no idea where that's coming from, but I get that in here and I like it. I think that the sweetness in here is really balanced perfectly. It never becomes too much or, too sweet or too heavy. It just creates a really nice, intoxicating scent bubble. I think Gabby did such a good job. I love this fragrance. I love it first sniff. And if I remember, I'll try to link her channel in the description box. But I hope she does some more fragrances in the future, because I have pretty similar taste to her. And so that's Chocolate Queen, and it's by Navitus. This next one here, this one is called Nomade, Naturelle, and it's by Chloe. And here's a pretty bottle. I really like these Nomade bottles because they remind me of the Chloe saddlebags, which I really like. This one is a little different from the other Nomade bottles because it has this braiding along the edges of it. And then it has a braided tan, like leather-like tassel on it. It's really cute. And so, Nomade Naturelle, it is considered an amber floral. It was released in 2022. And the perfumer is Caroline Demure. The top notes are dates and mirabelle. Mid notes are Egyptian jasmine and freesia. The base notes are vanilla, sandalwood, and oak moss. And this is a sweet, fruity vanilla fragrance. It's quite different from the original Nomade. I wouldn't have guessed that this was a flanker. It doesn't smell anything like it. Although they do share the mirabelle and the oak moss notes. And I definitely pick up the sweet, juicy mirabelle in here. That's a plum fruit. And yeah, it's sweet and it's juicy. But I don't really pick up the oak moss in here. The date note is what really makes this unique gourmand. It's not a note that you usually see in designer fragrances or really any fragrance. It's a sweet and it's kind of sticky sweet. and you do smell it in here. It's interesting, and it's nice. It mixes nicely with the vanilla. The jasmine in here is very prominent, so this is also a floral fragrance, because you do get a lot of jasmine, but it's a non-indolic jasmine, and it's also very sweet. And I also pick up some of the freesia, and the vanilla in this is just, it's warm and it's creamy, and it also adds to the gourmand notes of the fragrance. Chloe says that this is the perfume is 100% natural origin fragrance, and this does have kind of a natural smell to it. I don't get a bunch of alcohol from it or anything. I do pick up some kind of a banana smell. I don't know where that's coming from, but it does come off a little bit banana-y. I have no idea why. But this is a really nice, I think this would be a nice gourmand fragrance for the fall, because it's also floral, and it's sweet, but it's light, it's not too heavy. It's kind of an underrated fragrance. I never really hear anyone talking about it. It's nice, I enjoy it. And so that's Nomade, Naturelle, and it's by Chloe. So this next one here, this is by Kayali, and it's called Lovefest Burning Cherry 48. And if you're not familiar, the number that's after the name of the fragrance, it is the number of formulations that they went through before they got to the one that they wanted. So this one went through 48 formulations. Here's the bottle. It's a pretty, like a deep cherry red color. And then Kayali has the diamond-shaped cap. And I really like that the cap stays on when you lift the fragrance up. I appreciate that. I don't like it when I go to pick my fragrance up by the cap and then it falls off. And so Lovefest Burning Cherry was launched in 2022, and it is considered an amber woody fragrance. The top notes are burning cherry, raspberry, and bergamot. Mid notes are praline, heliotrope, damask rose, and jasmine sandbag. Base notes are palo santo, tonka bean, gaiac wood, ambretoid, Peru balsam, patchouli, and Haitian vetiver. And so this is it's a gourmand leaning woody cherry fragrance. The cherry in here, it definitely smells edible to me, and it's a deep, dark, sweet, juicy cherry. There's no medicinal smell to it. It doesn't smell like cough syrup. Like sometimes cherry fragrances, they kind of can have a cough syrup vibe. This one doesn't have that. It is a little bit boozy, and it does have some smokiness to it. The raspberry in here is prominent too. It adds I think that it adds to the juiciness of the cherry. And the praline is definitely prominent too, and I think that creates like the syrupy sweetness of the fragrance. I love praline as a note. It usually has kind of a caramel smell to it. And the woods in here are very prominent. This is a woody fragrance. And it's nice because it keeps this fragrance from being overly sweet or too foody smelling. It maintains smelling like a nice fragrance, a perfume, not food. But this is very gourmand leaning. Like I said, the cherry is very, very gourmand in here. I think that this is warm and cozy, and it has like a sexy vibe to it. I've heard a lot of people say that this has poor performance. I don't think so. I think it has average performance. I probably get like maybe 4 to 6 hours of longevity out of it, which I think is pretty good. It's decent. And I think it projects okay as well. I think the performance is okay. And I really like this. It's my second favorite Kayali, next to Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper. That's my favorite. I love that fragrance. I know that they're going to be releasing some new oud fragrances, I think next month in October. And I look forward to those. And so this is Lovefest Burning Cherry, and it's by Kayali. This next one that I have here, this one is called Lann, and it's by the brand Lostmarch. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Here's the beautiful bottle. It's really pretty. It has like a lace pattern on the back of it. It's really elegant and pretty, I think. So Lann is considered an amber fragrance, and it was released in 2007. The top notes are grain, clementine, and fruity notes. The mid notes are floral notes, milk, and woody notes. The base note is vanilla. And this is a very unique and cozy gourmand vanilla fragrance. I definitely get the grain note that's in here. And to me it kind of smells like cooked cereal, like oatmeal or something like that. And it smells like it has like a splash of milk in it because it's kind of lactonic. And also has some very warm and sweet vanilla. The vanilla is very prominent in here. And it's very sweet. The fruitiness that's in here, to me it smells like it's apple. It's not a fresh or a tart apple though. It's more like a sweet, warm cooked apple. So maybe some apple that's been added to the sweet cereal. That's what I get from this fragrance. It's really nice. I find that it smells very nostalgic to me. And it's just very warm and cozy and comforting. I think that it's really perfect for the fall season. This one's a little difficult to find. I think you can order it from their website. They're in France. I believe the shipping's expensive though. Hopefully a retailer here in the United States will start carrying it again. But if you're in France, try to get your nose on this one. It's really pretty. And so that's Lann, and it's by Lostmarch. This next one here, this one is called Yes I Am, and it's by Cacharel. It comes in this cute lipstick shaped bottle with the red lipstick. This is the original version of Yes I Am. They have several flankers. I think this one's my favorite though. I don't know if you can see, but it's like an ombre color. I just want to focus. So it's like an ombre color. And then the bottom is clear and it's got like a pink juice at the bottom. And so, Yes I Am is considered an amber floral fragrance. And it was released in 2018. The perfumers are Honorine Blanc and Christophe Renaud. And this one has a lot of notes. And the top notes are raspberry and mandarin orange, bergamot, and lemon. Mid notes are gardenia, ginger flower, amber, orange blossom, jasmine, and rose. base notes are milk, caramel, vanilla, cardamom, licorice, coumarin, benzoin, sandalwood, and amberwood. And so what this is it's a sweet and spicy gourmand fragrance. I read somewhere that the inspiration for it was a chai tea. And I can see that because it's sweet and it's got spice to it. And it's also very creamy, and it's lactonic. And the mix of like the caramel and the milk, it kind of reminds me of a caramel latte or a macchiato, but it doesn't have coffee in it. It's got a lot of spice from the cardamom and the licorice and the coumarin. And the spice is prominent throughout the whole wear of the fragrance. I think it's really nice. It helps to balance out the sweetness because this is super sweet. It also has raspberry, which is very prominent. It's a prominent fruit note in here, and it blends really nicely with the sweet and the spicy, milky creaminess of the fragrance. This one's pretty affordable. I think you can get a bottle for around $30 or less. I've seen it in places like Nordstrom's Rack for like $20 to $30. I like all the flankers too are really nice. I like all of them, but like I said, I think this one is my favorite, the original. And so that's Yes I Am, and it's by Cacharel. This next one here, this is called Contrario, and it's by Tiziana Terenzi. And so here's the bottle. It's kind of it's an interesting bottle because the cap here is quite large. It's larger than the base of the fragrance. This is where you have the juice inside. And the box, inside the box, it does come with a smaller cap, in case you want to use that smaller one for like travel or something. And I've noticed with Tiziana Terenzi fragrances, a lot of them, the caps, they don't fit on very tightly. They're kind of loose and wobbly. I don't know why that is. And so Contrario is considered a woody aromatic fragrance, and it was released in 2015. The perfumer is Terenzi. Top notes for the fragrance are cacao pod, malt, and ebony wood. The mid notes are vanilla, tonka bean, and orchid. The base notes are sugar cane, hazelnut, sandalwood, and benzoin. And this is a very woody vanilla and cacao fragrance. It's gourmand and it's sweet, but it's not like overwhelmingly sweet. It has a mixture of like the malt and cacao pod and the ebony wood. To me, it gives this fragrance kind of a dry texture. But it also, at the same time, it does have a creaminess from the vanilla and the hazelnut and the sandalwood. I really like the way the gourmand notes are blended in here. I think they're blended beautifully together. None of them overwhelm the other notes. It's a really nice balance of like the vanilla and the cacao and the nuttiness. It's very unisex. I don't think that this leans masculine or feminine. So this is a nice one if you're looking for like a nutty, chocolatey vanilla scent that's not too sweet. And so that's how Contrario, and it's by Tiziana Terenzi. This last one that I have here, this one is called Tonka Bodykon, and it's by Pierre, Guillaume. Inside the box here it says, with our compliments. And here's the bottle. Nice minimalistic bottle. This is Tonka Bodykon. I'm actually not sure what the 31 means. So, Tonka Bodykon is considered an amber fragrance. It was released in 2022. The notes are tonka bean, apple, vanilla, rum, honey, amber, benzoin, and pistachio. And this is a sweet apple pie-like amber fragrance. It has a very warm and cozy vanilla in here. And the benzoin adds kind of a caramel-like sweetness. So combined with the apple I get a little bit of a caramel apple vibe from this scent. The honey in here, the honey also adds to the sweetness, but it's not like a sticky sweet or an animalic honey. It's like a light sweetness. I definitely get the rum that's in here, and it does add some booziness to the fragrance. This one is it's very reminiscent of Kilian's Angel Share, and I like Angel Share. I think it's a really nice fragrance. Probably masterpiece level, but I do much prefer this one just because it's softer and this leans more feminine to my nose. Angel Share gets a little too masculine for me in the dry down. But this one's really lovely, and it's a perfect gourmand for the fall season. I can't wait to wear it. And so that's Tonka Bodykon, and it's by Pierre, Guillaume. So that was my last fragrance for this list. And I want to thank you for joining me today and spending your time with me. I hope that you enjoyed the video, and I hope it was relaxing for you. I hope to see you again in my next video.